This right here is a YouTuber named Lisa, who in October of 2022 uploaded a video titled Solo Female Camper Encounters 4 Creepy Sketchy Guys on her channel Asleep 5 Decades. Her channel showcases her everyday life as she travels throughout North America while living in a camper van. She frequently uploads footage of her experiences at the different places where she spends the night, along with her journeys to those destinations in her camper van. In this particular video, Lisa had parked her van on the side of the road and left the door open while she cooked dinner inside. When a suspicious man approached her van, leaned in without her permission, and started asking her some pretty weird questions in French, a language Lisa didn't understand. When she mentioned that she couldn't understand him, he pulled out a translation app to try to communicate, which only made her more uncomfortable. After watching him struggle with the app for a few minutes, Lisa decided she had enough and shut the side door in his face. Strangely, the man stood outside in the rain for over 30 minutes, trying to use the translator app to engage with Lisa, even after she clearly signaled that she wanted nothing to do with him. Moments later, the man started to lurk behind the bushes beside her van, and this is when things started to take a very disturbing turn.
Okay, he just moved even closer so that I can't move out, so that I can't go forward. Please leave. Please leave, you sketchy person. Please leave.
After witnessing the man hide himself in the bushes, it's evident that he is up to no good. Lisa later mentioned that he essentially stalked her from a distance for almost 15 minutes, believing she couldn't notice him. However, Lisa was recording him the entire time and kept an eye on him to prevent him from trying to get close to her again. Despite this, the man continued to drive his car closer to her van and started blocking her exit for over 30 minutes.
Okay, this guy is really starting to freak me out. It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here, and it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. It's raining pretty hard and he is just such a creepy person, and I didn't trust him when he was trying to talk to me earlier, and he's just staring me down and I'm afraid to go up the front there.
Fortunately for Lisa, a family with an RV parked right behind her and stayed there for the whole night. Alarmingly, the man left as soon as the family arrived but returned about 3 hours later in the middle of the night to see if Lisa was still there. Upon noticing that the family was still in the parking lot, he left quickly and did not come back. The next morning, Lisa left early and never encountered the man again. Although it's hard to determine his true intentions, his behavior and suspicious actions suggest that he likely had very bad intentions. Despite the disturbing circumstances, it was lucky that the other family arrived when they did. Otherwise, who knows what could have happened to Lisa. This right here is a YouTuber named Sam who uploaded a terrifying video titled Stealth Van Camping Gone Wrong on his channel The Northwest Wind. For those who are unaware of the term stealth camping, it involves parking a camper van anywhere without paying for parking, from residential neighborhoods to the middle of nowhere. His channel mostly showcases his travels in his camper van, and he frequently uploads videos documenting his stealth camping experiences across the United States. In this particular video, Sam uploaded footage of his stealth camping trip to the woods in Cleveland. While leaving his camper van at a local dog park, he made his way into the woods. He stumbled upon a camping tent that had been completely destroyed, but he decided to keep going. After setting up his tent in the woods, he started cooking dinner on a camping stove. At this point, he saw a couple of people walking by the campsite and mentioned that he was feeling like he was possibly in danger. Despite this, Sam decided to stick it out for the night and kept on recording. As soon as he settled down in his tent to get some sleep, this is when things started to take a turn for the worse.
There's somebody, hang on. I don't know if they could see it or not through the tent. I don't think so. I'm leaning right up against the light, but somebody's walking around out there very close to the tent. Somebody's out there. I don't know if they're coming this way or just walking around out there. I can't tell. Somebody's definitely walking around out there, though. Hang on. I don't want to leave the light on in case they could see in here. Somebody's walking around out there. They're getting closer, too. They're getting closer. Hang on. Hang on.
As the footsteps outside the tent drew closer and closer, Sam wasn't sure if it was an animal or a person. With no other options remaining, he called out to whoever was out there. At first, he didn't get a response, but after calling out about the 6th time, that's when things took a turn for the worse.
I don't like this at all. I'm spooked.
Hello?
I can barely hear them talking. They're whispering. I think there's 2 people. Hang on. They're walking around outside in circles. Hello? Hello? Alright, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop. They're right outside the tent. Hello? I'm in here. Hello? Hello? Alright, I'm getting the f*** out of here. Hello? Hello? I don't know what the f*** this is, but we're getting out of here. Hang on. Okay, they're walking away now. What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? Holy crap, get away. What do you want? Hello, I can't see you. All right, I'm getting out of here. We're getting the hell out of here. Hello? Say something, I see you.
After Sam mentioned that he had a knife on him, the attackers left the campsite. However, as soon as he stepped out of the tent, Sam saw them standing creepily in the middle of the woods.
I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way. I see you. Get away! All right, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone! They went over that way. I can't see them now. I know you're there. I see you. They collapsed my tent on me and pulled the fly off while I was still in there.
After completely losing it during the unsettling encounter, he decides to leave his tent and return to his van in the park. Unfortunately, this was not the end, as things start to get even more disturbing.
Phone. I'm gonna call 911 if you come near me. All right, they're moving again. I don't know. I'm getting out of here. We're going. I'll come back for this some other time. All right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm leaving. Don't follow me. All right, this is. Stay away from me! They're coming behind me. I don't know what they're doing. They're at my campsite. I see them. I see you reflecting off my tent. Leave my shit alone!
Fearing for his life, Sam decides to leave his belongings behind as the attackers steal his things. He quickly tries to run back to his van, but when he turns around, he sees the attackers coming after him.
One of them's following me. One of them's... I just ate. I'm toast. Okay, oh, they're coming. Leave me alone! I hear them coming. I can't see the shadow. Here's a path. Okay, get me there. I'm recording all of this. Get away from me! Hang on, is this still recording? Is it still recording? Is it still recording? Right at the edge of the wood line. It's about 150 yards away. Hang on. You see that? I see you! I can see you! Oh, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. All right, let's get the out of here. I don't know if they're like after me or something, or what the happening. We're getting the here. It's getting bigger. They're coming this way. Holy I don't like this. I'm calling the police! Okay. This is okay. All right, we're getting out of here.
After running for his life, Sam finally made it back to his van safely. He immediately drove home and gave his viewers a detailed update on everything that happened. It remains a mystery who the 2 guys who chased and attacked him were, and what their motives were. However, when Sam went back to his tent the next morning, he found out that the attackers didn't end up stealing his stuff. It's clear that robbing the campsite wasn't their main motive. We can't really tell what would have happened to Sam if he hadn't decided to abandon his campsite and run to his van.
24 hours, I think, to... What are you looking at? You keep freaking me out, dog. There's no one over there. Have you seen someone I'm not?
In May of 2018, a British YouTuber named CJ uploaded a very bizarre video titled "Fixing My Fridge in a Haunted Forest" on his channel Project Amber. CJ's channel primarily documents his travels and camping experiences across Europe as he travels out of his camper van. What sets his channel apart from other exploration channels is his dog named Lance. CJ always brings Lance along wherever he goes, and the 2 of them never travel without one another. His videos typically highlight the beauty of nature and have a relaxed and pleasant vibe to them. However, in this particular video, that was far from the truth. In the video, CJ was driving through the French countryside in his camper van when he noticed that his mini fridge was not working. He immediately pulled over to fix it. The spot where he stopped was in the middle of a rural forest, with no one else in sight for many miles. As CJ stepped out of the van to fix the fridge, his dog began to act very strangely. The dog stared intently at a well located close to where he had parked the van. This strange behavior caught CJ off guard, and this is when things started to take a very bizarre turn for CJ.
I'm going to give it the full 24 hours, I think, to... What are you looking at? You keep freaking me out, dog. There's no one over there. Are you seeing something I'm not? There's actually a well, just where I'm parked. You go down this little track, and there's a well with a big metal bar on it. And originally I was going to go and park there, and I saw the well. Instantly started thinking about the ring, which when I was about, I think it was about 10 when it came out, scared the shit out of me. For like a month I didn't sleep properly, and now the dog keeps looking over in that direction at where it is. So I'm like, nah mate, I might move, but I can't.
As CJ's dog continued to stare at the well, he mentioned that there was an abandoned well nearby, sealed with a heavy metal cover. Eventually, things returned back to normal, and CJ brushed off the strange occurrences he had been witnessing. As he worked on fixing his fridge, he decided to spend the night there. However, the next day, things took a turn for the worse when CJ began hearing mysterious sounds coming from the abandoned well.
Okay, I'm seriously freaked out now. A minute ago I could hear like really loud moaning, like "Aah!" Like just booming across the mountains. So I've come down to where I could hear it. I got to this old well and it stopped. But just as soon as I got here, just from over there's no track or anything, it's just wood. This girl appeared, dressed like kind of like a monk, no shoes, and no hair. So I said bonjour and that, and she responded. I asked if she was okay, but she didn't respond then, she just carried on walking. So I carried on a bit and then thought I better double check. Went to go and find her again. She's gone. That way, that's where my van is, and that goes to the road. But down where she went that way, there's nothing, and there's nothing for miles. Where did she go?
After hearing mysterious noises coming from the well, CJ immediately went down to investigate the source of the noises. However, just as he approached the well, the sounds abruptly stopped. During this time, he spotted a girl dressed like a monk, barefoot and with no hair, who seemed to appear out of nowhere and walked into the woods. CJ called out to her, but she didn't respond and continued walking away into the distance. Concerned that the girl might be lost or having some type of mental trouble, he decided to follow her. However, by the time he reached the spot where she had mysteriously disappeared. Not only had the girl vanished, but there were also no footprints or signs of anyone's presence. Plus, the location where she disappeared was a relatively open area in the woods that stretched out for miles. Disturbed by what he had just witnessed, CJ decided to leave the woods. As he was walking back to his van, he saw the girl again, and this time recorded the disturbing encounter.
I have not got a clue what was going on there. That was so weird. The well, the moaning from the forest, the girl. Nah, maybe there's an explanation to it all, but I wasn't sticking around. I left, I booted it. I'm about 50 miles from there now. I saw the girl another 2 times. The last time I was near the van and she was running through the forest. I left. I was gone. I was gone so fast, I didn't even pack the van away. Yeah, it's a pretty big mess in here. But I do have a working fridge. The fridge is working. It's nice and cold now.
CJ mentioned that he saw the same girl 2 more times after filming her, and the last time he encountered her, she was running into the woods. After this encounter, CJ quickly hopped into his van and drove away without even packing all his belongings in the back. He also mentioned that his dog is typically very friendly and approaches people playfully. However, on this day, his dog seemed anxious and kept staring in the direction where the woman had gone. The identity of the girl and whether CJ's experience was paranormal remains a mystery. Many comments on his video point out that CJ's videos focus exclusively on his van life, and this is the only one of this kind, and has no reason to fake his content. However, these claims regarding the paranormal are not confirmed or verified and are merely theories and speculations. Consequently, the truth about the girl continues to be an unsolved mystery.
I think someone's outside the van. 2:30. Someone just tried to
This right here is a YouTuber named Brendan, who in February of 2024 uploaded a video titled Scary Attack While Van Camping on his channel Brendan Explores. His channel is dedicated to outdoor exploration, and he frequently uploads footage of his stealth camping experiences while traveling across the UK in his camper van. In this particular video, Brendan chose to go stealth camping near a residential area located at Jaywick Sands Beach. Brendan begins the video by parking his van in a nearby parking area and exploring the local surroundings. However, he finds the area too strange and noisy for his liking, as he hears many bikes and cars racing around him. Therefore, he decides to drive about 30 minutes to a nearby forest. After locating a good spot to park his van, he felt satisfied with the quiet and peaceful surroundings, and it seemed like he was alone in the woods. As the night began to set in, Brendan enjoyed his dinner and decided to go to bed around 10 p.m. However, at approximately 2:30 a.m., he was suddenly awakened by the sound of footsteps outside his van. It was at this moment that Brendan encountered something truly disturbing.
Nice and quiet here. Not even a sound of a distant car. Just how I like it. It's absolutely dead quiet. I'll see you in the morning. Someone's outside the van. Half-past 2. Someone just tried the door. Hey! Right, whoever the that was has now gone.
After hearing someone trying to unlock his side door, and then moments later witnessing the glass of his passenger side window shatter into pieces, Brendan quickly shouted at the individuals and stepped out of his van. Unfortunately, the person ran off before Brendan could confront or identify anyone. After this bizarre encounter, Brendan, without thinking twice, drove 3 hours back to his house. The next morning, Brendan gave a detailed update to his viewers and mentioned that the individual who attempted to break into his car likely saw his fridge sitting on the passenger seat. When they failed to unlock the doors, they broke the glass window in an effort to steal the fridge, or even the van itself. However, when they heard Brendan shout and realized someone was inside the van, they quickly fled back to their own cars. Despite his van being damaged, Brendan was fortunately unharmed during the break-in and managed to safely make it back home. He later mentioned that out of the hundreds of camping trips he has taken, this was the most scared he has ever been. However, he also stated that he wouldn't let this disturbing encounter stop him from camping in the future.
Okay, this guy is really starting to freak me out. It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle, so he's just staring me down and I'm afraid to go up the front there, but